Hello, this is Charlene, and I want to take just a few minutes and talk to you about a flour that is good for you. I know all the time we hear, don't eat flour, don't do this, don't do that. Well, on the whole, I will agree with that because white flour just is very nutrient poor, and it's low in fiber. It's generally, unless you get organic, it's been sprayed and bleached, and it's just not necessarily healthy anyway. There's just not much in it, and what few synthetic cheap vitamins they throw in it is not really what your body needs, and we're not even sure how well we absorb synthetic vitamins anyway, actually probably very, very poorly. But there is an alternative, and I'm not talking about almond flour, I'm not talking about coconut flour. I mean, I use those, but I found something I really like better than any of it, and that is chickpea flour. Now, chickpea, let me get my jar here. Chickpeas, you've seen them. They're little brown, beigey kind of look like little marbles really, but they're chickpeas. And it's what we make hummus out of, so we've all probably had them at some point. But they are an excellent substitute for flour, and I'll tell you why. For one, I posted a week or two ago about blueberry pancakes, and I'm going to put that recipe, because so many people want it, I'm going to put it in my Facebook group, the Southern Gals Healthy Living and Anti-Aging group. I'll put a link below so you'll know where to go for that. And if you get on my email list, I do a lot of email, a lot more information in emails about, let's say, chickpeas or whatever, and I'll put recipes in there too. So you want to get on my email list if you're interested in protecting your health, eating healthy, and living longer. But chickpea flour has a better nutrient profile. It has more vitamins, minerals, fiber, and protein than wheat flour. That's whole wheat or white, either one. Chickpea flour is excellent in, back to the blueberry pancakes, I'm going to post that recipe, but lately I've been making them with chickpea flour. They are amazing. They are amazing. I have made cookies with chickpea flour and muffins, but pancakes, blueberry pancakes, they're just awesome. I'm going to post that in the group too. I mean, I can't post all this on Facebook. You're going to have to get in the group to get those. I don't have them posted yet. Give me at least till tomorrow to get that done. But let's talk about chickpea flour. It's called garbanzo bean flour, chickpea flour. It's the same thing. It's been a staple in India for centuries, but we're just now eating it more here, and I think it's been more with the hummus. But chickpeas need to be in our diet more, and if you really just want to cut some calories and cut some carbs, and I'm going to talk about how many here in a little bit, chickpea flour is really the way to go. Almond meal, you know, the keto thing, the almond meal and the coconut flour, those are great, but, you know, everything you make seems like it's a little bit of a coarse kind of gritty texture, and I'm okay with that sometimes, but sometimes I just want something that tastes more like what I'm used to. Well, chickpea flour is the answer for that. And it's versatile, it has a mild nutty taste. I like it and everything. It's grown in popularity because it is a gluten-free alternative to wheat. And, of course, I buy organic and everything, but, well, everything I can. I would definitely get organic chickpeas. I'm not sure they even make them that are not, but I don't know. Could be. Most companies that sell chickpeas, garbanzo beans, like Bob's Red Mill, they're already using organic. There's 9 benefits to chickpeas, and I'm going to talk about those, and then I'm going to talk about how to substitute your chickpea flour. First of all, we said they're rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber, and protein. 1 cup, and usually like in pancakes, my pancakes take a cup and a half, but it makes a lot of pancakes. But I make them and freeze them, but so I'm okay with that. Then I just stick them in the little air fryer or toaster and heat them up, or on a griddle, heat them up. 1 cup chickpea flour has 20 grams of protein. It's higher than white or whole wheat. Protein helps build our muscles and recovery from injury. Now, one of the things, too, you have to look at if you're doing a lot of almond meal flour, I believe almond meal is higher in omega-6, and so you want to kind of maybe not overdo that sometimes anyway. It's also can be a little bit harder on your gut. Chickpea flour is much easier. Chickpea flour is actually very easy to digest because it has soluble and insoluble fiber. A cup contains 10 grams of fiber, and the insoluble fiber kind of cleans your gut lining out. It strips away any buildup and junk in there. It just helps. It's like a broom sweeping the floor. It's, little fibers sweep away the junk in it carries out those toxins and things. So if you're eating chickpea flour and serving it to your family and using it in your breads and your cookies and your muffins and your biscuits, and don't tell me you're buying all that in the store, because if you're just getting white flour full of chemicals. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't take very long to cook things. I do it at night because I work in the daytime, but I'll get in there and whip up something in just a little bit, or I'll get all the prep stuff done, and then on the weekend I might make a couple of things up too. But it really doesn't take that long. Just get in the habit of cooking for your family and making them healthier and for yourself. Okay, so a cup has 20 grams of protein. It has 53 carbs. Now that's for a cup. A cup has 53 carbs. But a cup of white flour, wheat, has 93 carbs. So you're talking right at half the carbs. Half the carbs, more protein, way more fiber, because regular flour only has 3.4, I think, grams of fiber. The chickpea will give you a cup, 25% of your daily iron. A lot of people, including me, as we get older, we need more iron for some reason. And or we don't store it as well, or we don't eat right. I don't know what it is. But I have to watch my iron levels. And right now they're really good. But you get 25% of your daily recommended amount just in chickpea flour in a cup. You're getting magnesium, copper, manganese. Another benefit is folate. We all know that folate, women that before they get pregnant, they say take folate. But if you're eating your chickpea flours on a regular basis, that would really help too. So it's twice as much folate as fortified wheat. Again, fortified is hard for your body to digest. Chickpea is natural. Your body knows what to do with it. Antioxidant compounds in chickpea flour. These help fight against unstable molecules. We call them free radicals. Polyphenols decrease the free radicals in our body. You get those in chickpea flour. Now, we generally think of antioxidants and polyphenols in our strawberries and blackberries and blueberries. But you can actually get them in your chickpea flour too. So it's more filling than wheat flour. Studies have shown that women, men, people tend to lose some weight when they're using chickpea flour because, one, it fills you up. You don't get as hungry. And because of the high fiber, you're keeping food moving through your system a little bit more than you would otherwise. Now, when you compare like chickpea flour or chickpeas in general, just eating, let's say chickpeas, because you can put them in soups and stews. When you compare them to other beans, like white beans and red beans and kidney beans, those beans have a lot of anti-nutrients. I highly recommend eating all kinds of beans, don't get me wrong. But those anti-nutrients can be hard on your body too, as we know. They say to soak them overnight, and a lot of times I do, and then cook them. But your chickpeas have way, way, way less of that, and your body just can assimilate. Your chickpeas will go through your body slower, but it's cleaning as it goes, that insoluble, and then the soluble. It gives it time to absorb some of those nutrients in there, vitamins and minerals and polyphenols and all that. So that's all good too. It is more filling, the study shows it decreases your hunger. So if you want something to satisfy your hunger, you need some chickpea flour. Again, about half the carbs, and so when there's less carbs, I started using chickpea flour and the almond and the coconut to cut carbs to help with my blood sugar. But the chickpea flour also does that. And I always recommend when you're trying something, check your blood sugar before you, let's say before you eat, let's say a chickpea pancake. I usually eat 2. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good size, normal size pancakes. Check your blood sugar before you eat, and then wait 2 hours and check it again. And see what it's doing to your blood sugar if you're on blood sugar. That is the only way. I could tell you what it does to mine or somebody else. You need to check it yourself. Check it 2 hours after, and you will know then what that is doing to you. And if it's still too much, check it then with coconut. You make coconut flour pancakes. I make keto pancakes many times. But I like the chickpea better. And I put blueberries in mine. You can put pecans, whatever you want in them. But check your blood sugar and just know what it does to you. That's the best advice I can give you on that. And also check with your doctor, what they want you to eat. You might ask them about chickpea flour. You can use it to thicken soups and stews. Now, you can bread chicken with it to make fried chicken if you're eating fried chicken, or baked chicken. But you can use this flour just like you would your white flour on that. But in cooking, like in the pancakes, I substituted, it called for a cup and a half of white flour. I did a cup and a half of chickpea. One, equal. Took the white flour out, put the chickpea in. Some recipes, I might just substitute half. I might use half whole wheat and half chickpea. It just depends. Most of the time I go for the whole, but you're making a cookie or something and you're worried about the taste, just try half. So if a recipe calls for a cup of flour or 2 cups, if it's 2 cups, use 1 cup of regular flour, 1 cup of your chickpea. You're still adding a cup of huge amount of nutrition in there with your proteins and your vitamins and things that you're just not getting in that white flour. And like I said, even what's in white flour, it's synthetic. Your body probably isn't going to use it very well. So you can add it in. You can even go down to 1/3 of a cup and you would be better off. So if you had the recipe called for a cup of flour, substitute 1/3 of that with your chickpea. Take 1/3 of the white out, put 1/3 of the chickpea in. And you probably won't even notice the difference other than you're getting more fiber, protein, nutrition, vitamins, minerals, folate, iron, all those things that your body knows what to do with, and that soluble and insoluble fiber. So go to sign up, and I'll put a link below, the Southern Gals Healthy Living and Anti-Aging group, Facebook group. Because in there, I will talk more about things. I'll put my recipes in there. And my newsletter will have even more information. So that's sort of how it works. I can't spend an hour here talking about it on Facebook. Got to get back to work. But try some chickpea flour. I think you're going to like it. Garbanzo bean, you can grind it yourself. I have a Vitamix, and it has a flour bin. So I grind my own grains. I grind einkorn. I grind different kinds. And I grind my own chickpeas sometimes. Sometimes I buy it. It just depends. But they say you can grind it in a food processor. I can't really imagine it would get as fine. If you had any big lumps in there, you'd have to take them out and regrind them, I guess. But might be better just to buy it if you don't have a meal. If you have a meal, you can grind your own. But join my group. I'd love to get to know you more. Leave me a comment. Tell me where you're at. Share this with anyone you think might need to know this information. And like I said, just say hi. Tell me where you're from. I really would like to get to know my audience a little bit more. And I do that more in a group because sometimes I'll get in there and talk more. But just leave me a comment. Say hi. Thanks. Bye-bye.